Hi folks, welcome back to the kitchen here at Mark Kelly Farm. Ramona made a request today. What are we making?
We are making sugar cookies with purple flowers in them.
What are the purple flowers called?
Lavender.
Lavender sugar cookies. That was her special request because when she was outside the other day and asked what the purple flowers were, I told them what they were and what we used them for, and she said, we need to make those. So we're going to make them today. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's get started. All right, Ramona's going to do the honors. So in our mixer bowl so far, we have a half a pound of butter, which is 2 sticks. And it needs to be softened. I got a little carried away and one of them got melted, so we had to throw it in the fridge and firm it back up a little bit. But you want it softened but not hard, and you don't want it completely melted either, because then the consistency won't be right for the cookies. So to that, we're going to add 1 cup of vegetable oil. Dump all that in there, and then you can throw that thing in the sink. That's good. Now to the oil and the butter, there's 1 cup of each in there. We're going to add a cup of regular granulated sugar, the whole thing in there. And then we're also going to add a full cup of confectioner's or powdered sugar, whatever you like to call it. There you go. Now we're going to put our beater on. I'm going to do that for Ramona because I don't know if she's ever worked a KitchenAid before.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do it anyway since it can be a little tricky. All right, we're locked in. We're going to put this down and we're going to lock this, and we're going to cream the butter and the sugars together. Pull that on about halfway. There you go. We'll come back when this is all creamed together. All right, we've got it all creamed together. So now Ramona's going to add 2 large eggs. She's just going to dump them right into the bowl. And then we're going to blend that together, beat it together real good. Till it's well blended. You don't see any difference in any of the colors.
I see yellow.
Yep, you see a lot of yellow. You want to wait till it's all solid one color. I think we're there. So now you can add in our 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Vanilla is really good.
Yep.
Especially with cookies.
Then we're going to beat it again real quick till it's combined. These cookies are amazing, Ramona. I don't know if you've ever had these. They like melt in your mouth. They're so yummy.
I had sugar cookies, but I haven't had these kind of cookies with the
normal sugar cookies are good, but these are amazing. Okay, this is all mixed together, so now we're going to put our dry ingredients together and mix those together before we dump those into the bowl here. Okay, Ramona's got all of our dry ingredients in the bowl. There's 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and then 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar. So she's going to very lightly stir that together to get all of our dry ingredients incorporated. And then once we do that, we're going to slowly add it to our wet mixture in our mixing bowl. So we're going to fire up our mixer and we're going to slowly add our dry ingredients little by little.
I bet these are going to be really good.
Yeah. So we let the flour combine a little bit, and then we add a little bit more. We don't want to have the mixer on so high where it's flinging flour out on the counter. We just have it on the stir speed right now. A little more of our dry mixture. Just adding it in installments. A little bit more. A little bit more. So it's all combined.
We want to make sure that all of the sugar, dry stuff is mixed up, because if it's not, then the cookies will not.
Okay, we'll add the last of it. Now, as soon as it's kind of all mixed up, we're going to add our final ingredient. Here's the lavender from our pot outside. You can see they're like the lavender buds. You don't wait till the flour is all the way open. And we've measured out 2 teaspoons of lavender into the lid. And now Ramona's going to kind of sprinkle it around, getting it all around, not just in one spot. So a little on one side, a little on the other. That way it distributes a little quicker and we don't have a big ball of lavender in one spot. That should probably do it. Pretty good at distributing the lavender. Remember that word from the other day?
No.
All right, let's kick this on our stir speed again. Make sure we're locked down. And we're just going to incorporate that lavender into the mix. Now we're going to stop. We're going to get a spatula. We're going to break down the sides of the bowl and get everything off of the beater to give it a final mix. All right, we've got the sides of the bowl all scraped down, and we're going to send it down for one more little stir. All right, that is fine. So we're going to get our beater off of here, and then we'll get ready to put these on a cookie sheet. You don't want to over mix them. Now, if you're going to try this recipe and use the lavender, not all lavender is the same. You want to get edible lavender. Not all varieties are. So I recommend that you go to like a lavender farm. I'm sure you could even find something online as well if you don't have a lavender farm near you. But you would probably do better to go to a lavender farm. They would have a bunch of different varieties. And have them show you the edible lavenders and then smell them. Find one that just absolutely smells amazing. Smells so good that you would want to try to eat some. And that's the variety you want, because they're different ones. Not all of them smell super good. But the variety that we have smells really good. I forget what the variety is. I'll ask Kelly if she knows, so we could pass that on so you can grow it yourself. You can buy the plant instead of just the lavender, the dry lavender. So if you have the plant, you clip the flower buds off when they're small and haven't fully opened yet. They grow on kind of a stem, and then you strip those off the stem and then you dry them and then store them. You don't want to dry them wet. And then you have lavender to use throughout the year. So now's the time you want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees. And we're going to get out all of our stuff to lay our cookies out and get them ready to bake. All right, we've got our cookie sheets out in our disher. So Ramona's putting cookies on our cookie sheet. Go ahead and squeeze that. Are you able to squeeze it with your thumb? Yeah, good job. Get you another full scoop. Let's see how you are on math. If we do 3 this way and 4 this way, how many does that give us on a cookie sheet? You know what 3 times 4 is? Have you started doing multiplication yet in school?
No.
No? You want Papa's help?
Yeah.
So 3 times 4 is 12. You want to put that one over here. And do you know what 12 is? When you're making cookies or baking stuff? It's a dozen. Go ahead and scoop that out. Let's get her going. We need 3 more on that cookie sheet. She's doing a good job. She scrapes it against the bowl so she's got a good even scoop.
You want to make sure that the cookie is in the right place.
Yep. That way they don't touch each other, huh? You're doing a great job. Nice.
It's like scooping ice cream.
Yeah, it's like you're like a natural born baker.
I cook with my dad all the time.
Yeah, that's good. All right, we're ready to get these in the oven, huh?
My hands hurt.
Papa can help you with the rest of them.
Good.
All right, we got our oven preheated. Let's get these in. Want to open the door for me? Make sure our rack is in the middle of the shelf or of the oven. And then close that up. And then we need to cook these for 8 to 10 minutes. So
You have to be careful with the oven.
yeah. So hit that minute button for 8 times. Now hit the start. There we go. So let's get another cookie sheet out. Now you may think 2 teaspoons of lavender is not enough for this whole cookie recipe, but a little bit of lavender goes a long way. If you get too much, it'll want to get a little bitter on you. You just want a hint of the flavor. Now if you make these and find out you want a little more lavender, of course, put another teaspoon in or something. It's that easy. Now these pre-cut parchment papers are so convenient for making cookies because you don't have to rip anything off of the roll or anything like that. It's so convenient. We have a whole stack of them. And then I use these half-sheet aluminum cookie pans. If your oven can fit a full sheet pan, that would be a bonus, but not many ovens do. You'd have to have a pretty good size, like commercial size oven. All right, Ramona's got her last one going on. She's getting pretty good at the spacing, isn't she? So what number is on that scooper on the bottom of the handle? There should be a number down here on the front.
I don't see anything.
Let me see. See right there on the bottom?
40.
Yeah, number 40. So we're using a number 40 disher, which is 3/4 ounce or 20 milliliter, but that's what we use. We have all different sizes of these, but that's what we're using for this. If you don't have one of these, just use a rounded teaspoon, regular teaspoon, scoop it out, and then just peel it off with your finger. Works just as good. But we love our dishers. There is our first batch of sugar cookies that came out. We cooked them for right at 9 minutes. Do they look wonderful, Ramona?
Yeah.
Now, some of your traditional sugar cookie recipes have sugar sprinkled on top when you cook them. However, these do not. And when you'll find out when you eat these cookies, you don't need it. They're plenty sweet, and these cookies will just like melt in your mouth and just disappear. They are just phenomenal. You can see the lavender in the cookie. That's about how much you want. You don't want a lot of specks of lavender. Like I said, it'll get to be a little too much if you put too much. We've got another sheet in the oven. We have 2 more here ready to go. And we got about a dozen more worth of cookies in the bowl. I've got it covered up so it doesn't dry out. I've got 4 of these half sheet pans, these aluminum ones. I absolutely love them, like I said. And the reason I have 4 is by the time you rotate through all 4, this one here will be cooled off enough where we can put cookies on it again. You don't want to cook or scoop cold cookie dough onto a warm cookie sheet. Your cookies are going to spread out way too much and they're not going to look good. If it doesn't cool down quick enough or you only have a couple, you could slide this parchment off onto the cooling rack, and then you could run this under cold water real quick because aluminum conducts heat and cold very well. It'll cool off instantly. Dry it off with a paper towel or a dish towel, and then you're ready to go again. All right, Ramona and I cannot wait. We're going to try one that's cooled down enough where we can eat one. Tell me what you think. Your first time with a lavender sugar cookie. What do you think?
That is amazing.
Yeah, it kind of melts in your mouth and just kind of disappears, huh? Papa's turn. I already got part of mine ate. So good. Can you taste the lavender?
Yeah.
Just a little hint, huh, is all we need. All right, let's get the rest of these baked. Next batch is out. Now, some people will cook these till they show a little bit of browning on them, which is fine. And they're still really good cookies that way, but I find they dry out a lot more. And I like them really soft and really tender when I eat cookies. I don't like them dry and crunchy. So if you like them that way, that's fine. This is still a phenomenal recipe, even if you do that, and they'll still kind of melt in your mouth. Now, sometimes when Kelly bakes, she substitutes coconut oil for like vegetable oil or shortening, depending on which type of oil she has. Sometimes it's liquid and sometimes it's more of a solid. And that adds a nice little hint of the coconut too, which I really enjoy. So if you want to try that, it's really good too. Came outside to see if it was possible that Kelly might have left the tag for this variety of lavender, but it's gone. So I'll have to ask her what it is. You can see we had some more blooms come out. These are beyond what you want to use for cooking. You want to get them before they bloom out this far. It's a beautiful plant. You can grow it in colder environments. We put it in our lick tub here, so we just throw this in the garage over the winter, and it does fine. It comes right back in the spring. You can see our beautiful herb pot out here going crazy. We've got to pick some of this sage. We've got some chives that are ready. Just going crazy out here. And we've got our little project done here. We've got the grass dug out that we wanted to take. Remember, this was Kelly's idea because we can't get the big lawnmower through here. We just have to buy some more mulch to fill the rest of this in. But this is what we were talking about here, so we no longer need to mow in there. We can mow around it. Loving it. Our first cookie sheet has cooled to the touch now to where it's room temp, so we can get the rest of this cookie dough in the pan. Got our last sheet of cookies in the oven. Makes just over 5 dozen. What was left, we're going to make my honey a really big cookie for a treat. Now, if you're interested in these dishers, they make full sets of these dishers, but you probably don't need that many increments in the mix. So what I recommend are these three here. The 20, a 30, and a 40 is about the right size for dishing out what you're doing. Now, maybe you'd want to get a 10 to be a little bit bigger on this end, but this is probably about as small as you're going to need right there with the 40. And they're usually color coded as well. And they come in different styles and different manufacturers, but I really like these. They're comfortable and really well made. Let me see if I can find a brand on here. See if they say anything. Hamilton Beach. There you go. That's probably why they're good quality. Now, a lot of restaurants will use dishers for portion control because you have to know what your food costs are in a restaurant. So if you have 5 pounds of something and you need to do like 8-ounce portions, you know you're going to come down really close on your measurements and you can do your fine line on your food costs. And another nice thing about your pre-cut parchment paper is as long as you don't spill over, your pans can go right back in the cupboard. They don't get dirty. While we're waiting for our cookies to get done, you can see our cabbage, our sauerkraut that we made up the other day. It's smelling nice and sour. Be ready before you know it. All of our cookies are done. What do you think, Ramona?
They taste good and they look good.
Yeah. We got a whole bunch. We're going to package some up. We're going to put some in the cookie jar. You want to put some in the cookie jar?
Yeah.
Ramona is filling our cookie jar because we don't want to leave them out too long to where they start drying out, even though they'd still be good. We've got Kelly's giant cookie here. Special treat for her. And we're going to package some up to share tomorrow, huh?
Wait, where are we going to share?
We'll share some with our coffee people tomorrow morning.
Coffee people?
At breakfast. We can take some to Nanny, too.
Yeah, she'll love these.
Yep. Ramona, there was an old song we used to sing about cookies in a cookie jar. We'd say, "Who took the cookie from the cookie jar?"
Who? Me? Couldn't be.
Then who? Ramona's making up our gift plates. Got little stickers we put on them. She likes stickers.
I love stickers.
So we got 4 of our gift plates, and then she put a nice little sticker on there for her Gigi. Cool deal. All right, Ramona, was that a fun project?
Yeah.
Yeah, super cool, huh?
They
Super good
taste-
cookies.
They taste super good, and the lavender is my favorite part.
Nice. All righty. All right, Ramona and I had a good time today doing cookies. We always enjoy cooking with each other in the kitchen. And we're going to go watch baseball this afternoon, aren't we? Not your favorite thing, is it?
Nope.
Maybe we'll get a hot dog at the park. How about that? All right. So, till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Come back and see us here on Mark Kelly Farm.
Thank you for watching.
Yep. Loved having you with us.